Okay, I overtraded on Tuesday the 16th of May 2023. Here are those trades from both the AM and the PM silver bullet trading hours. First trade occurs right after the open. We have this purge below. We take London's lows and we're in a 15-minute fair value gap. My chart is a little bit busier than the last time you've watched one of my videos. That's because ICT dropped a new video on the silver bullet, and I want to mark up the different kinds of liquidity that is mentioned in that video to start paying attention to them a little bit more, and the busyness of the chart helps me see that a little bit clearer. I don't think they'll be forever, but for now, it's been helping me understand what kind of liquidity is being taken. So we have this nice purge into this 15-minute fair value gap. We have inducement from the London lows. I'm expecting a retracement. We have one already a little bit, but I don't know if it's over yet. So I'm looking for price to tell me if we're going to continue down or if we're going to retrace up. This candle tells me that we have a more room to go, a little bit more wiggle room. We have a market structure shift to the upside. We leave behind a fair value gap. And so this is go time for me. I'm going to enter in on this gap here and hopefully ride it up to 10 handles. In NinjaTrader here, I pull up my micro chart, and there is no fair value gap on the micro chart, but that's okay. I'm using the mini ES to chart. So I enter in 15 contracts. I'm still doing the same plan, which is the majority of my position, 10 contracts, is sold at 5 handles. The remaining 5 I leave as a runner, loosely aiming for 10 handles. However, that can change based on draw of liquidity and where that may be the next one. Lately, I've been just trailing a stop, and that's been working well too. Instantly, right away, our TP is hit, feeling pretty good. My stop loss is automatically positioned at break even now, stress-free rest of the trade. I don't have to worry about it. And thank goodness, because almost immediately here, after getting my first TP, price jolts down and smacks me out at break even. But that's okay. I'm very happy with this trade. That's $250 in the bank. What a great place for me to walk away for the day. However, I don't do that, as the title of the video may suggest. And here is trade number 2. Now I'm going to link a video from Casper SMC in the comment section. It's a great video to watch. It kind of addresses the last piece of the puzzle for traders. My biggest takeaway from that was one of the problems that happens is traders try to do too many things at once. We try to do all of ICT's concepts. We try to trade just like them. When in reality, we should appropriate these theories, make them into our own, and adopt them into a trading strategy or plan that works for us. I blew the last 75K challenge that I've been showing on this YouTube channel because of that. I was doing way too much trading. I was having fun, but I was doing turtle soups and Judas swings and all this stuff. And I've decided that for this 75K challenge, I'm only going to do silver bullet trading hours, and that's it. And so this is day 1 of that new evaluation. You all get to watch it on YouTube, but really, I'm trying to hold myself accountable to just trading during these hours, because even in these hours, I overtrade, as we see today. But it is part of a journey, and this is the next installment. Price breaks down in this fair value gap. It's a candle raid for me. I'm excited to follow the order flow back down. I ended the trade only on 5 micros with a short or a tight stop loss. However, I did not notice the price had a market structure shift to the upside previously. Had I saw that, I would not have taken the trade. But I did not see that, so I'm in it. We have a fair value gap above the one that I'm currently in. And that's giving me pause as well, so I'm not quite sure what I should do here. I end up moving my stop loss like an absolute rookie, and I get tapped out. Now the P&L shows that I actually gained money on that trade. That's incorrect. NinjaTrader had disconnected for a second and then came back, and it gave me a plus P&L But when I reloaded it again, it fixed it. That was a loss, not a win. All right, that's right. I'm not done yet. 3 trades in 1 silver bullet hour? Yes. That's exactly what I did. Past Nick was not making good decisions, and now future Nick is forced to address those decisions. So here we are. Price continued up for quite a bit after taking me out. It comes back down, but I'm looking to continue what I think is a shift in order flow back up. We have a liquidity sweep of internal liquidity down below. And at this point, I'm entering the trade. I should wait for the fair value gap, but I don't. Again, I scaled down to 3 micros this time around. I just lost on 5. Now I'm down to 3. It's kind of small potatoes, but at least I'm scaling down, because at this point I know that I shouldn't be trading. So I'm trying to justify it by scaling down. Not the worst idea, but also not the best. So price kind of bounces around a little bit here at this volume imbalance, which always makes me nervous, as you all know. If you've watched my videos, you know that volume imbalances always freak me out a little bit. But I'm patient. I got some diamond hands on. I'm only at 3 contracts. At this point, I'm feeling pretty good where my stop loss is at. I don't have any reason to lower it or to raise it up. I'm going to kind of let it ride. We are late in the silver bullet hour, getting closer to 11. But as I've noticed, silver bullet hours tend to give you more than one setup. We always talk about the one. It always gives you at least that 1 5-handle setup. Well, if you've been trading these for the last couple of weeks, you know there's often more than one. And at this point, I'm trying to capitalize on that. I have a brand new 75K valuation account. I'm really excited about this challenge that I've given myself, only trading during this hour. I really want to carve things up. Well, my will to carve things up is not enough, and I'm faced to confront the consequences. So price does purge down to this fair value gap here, which I kind of expected it to do. That should have been my entry had I really wanted to take this trade. I got FOMO and entered in on the order block, which I often do. And I don't mind doing that, but you get kind of bad entries. All right, feeling pretty good here. Price is finally moving my direction. I have a good trade. I'm feeling a little bit redeemed from the bad trade I had before. I don't move I don't manually move my stop loss to break even yet. I do move it up just a little bit to risk off, but there's a volume imbalance right at my entry that I think price could tap into. So I kind of leave it alone. I don't want to suffocate the trade quite yet. I'm only using 3 micro contracts, so I don't have to really suffocate it at break even. I don't have to. And then price absolutely screeches down, and I'm not feeling very good about this anymore. And it kind of taps into my entry as if it's resistance a few times, as the old story goes. And eventually I collapse the trade for a little bit of a loss, but pretty much break even. At this point, I realized what I was doing was wrong. Too much trading. Thankfully, I scaled down. Still ended up green in the hour, but I had to walk away. And price does go up eventually, and it would have given me a little bit of profit. However, I am not around for that. At this point here, I'm back to the chart. It's just kind of, it's in my opinion, it's kind of starting to puke out a little bit. I see potential for it to go back down again. I don't want to ride this anymore. This is when I kind of became self-aware and realized that, all right, you're having fun, but maybe it's time. It's time we kind of walk away here. So eventually, I collapse the trade, close out the AM silver bullet hour, slightly up on the day, but still kind of disappointed in myself a little bit. So there you have it. Okay, now that flashed very quickly, but I do believe I was at 108 for profits, so not bad. Now, I come back to the PM session. I don't scale down in the same manner I was. I go to 1 mini. I go back to just kind of a normal session. I had the whole day off. I think I did some chores, came back, and so again, I'm looking for a move here. So we have a move up, another sweep of liquidity. Feeling pretty good about this one. I enter in off the volume imbalance. Technically, I should have waited on this one. Price immediately moves against me. And I mean, like, we're just puking down right away. I've noted offsides right away. Done for the day, I say. Well, not really, though I should have been. I do kind of, let it play out for a little bit and see if maybe it's going to spring back to life. And momentarily it does. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's going to be okay. Maybe my psychology is starting to psych me out. Let's just kind of hold tight here. Now it's at this moment here that I start to get a little bit nervous. So I'm really looking for price to kind of explode out of these areas. And we start to a little bit here, but we're starting to sputter out. And we start to sputter out as we're taking buy-side liquidity. That's either when I have to walk away or readdress the trade. Well, I don't get a chance to do either one of those because we jolt straight down, immediately have a market structure shift. Now, this could be liquidity grab, so I'm not collapsing the trade yet. I'm really kind of seeing what this next candle is going to do. If he's going to leave us a fair value gap, I'm out. I am absolutely out of that trade. As the timer ticks down, I close out. It's pretty apparent we're going to have a fair value gap. And now, with a little bit of clarity that I do have, I kind of want in on this. So there we have it. As soon as price breaks that fair value gap, I take another mini in on it. Technically, I should have scaled down because I did have a losing trade, though it was... Yeah, I did lose on that. Yeah, I did lose money on that. So I should have scaled down, but this is happening really fast. I'm okay with 1 mini. And so now I'm going to reposition, or I do reposition my TP to be at the precise level of a previous low. Instead of going for 5 handles, I don't want to be too greedy on this one. So I actually lower my TP by a couple ticks just to make sure that I'm hitting that low-hanging fruit. Eventually here my mouse stops to move. I think it already did. And I actually walk away from the chart. At this point, I'm okay with where my stop loss is, being above that fair value gap up on the upside. And I like where my TP's at. And at this point, I really did commit to this being the last one, because this is trade number 5, and I don't think trading 5 times for these 2 hours is responsible. So at this point, I walk away from the chart and kind of let price do its thing here. But in the replay, I'm noticing it does kind of hover a little bit at this level, kind of stalled out a bit. We tap that fair value gap a couple more times before we start to cruise down. And once we do, I'm not here to move my stop loss to break even. I don't get the chance to, because before I do, right down to the tick, we hit the TP. It's a wonderful trade because this goes right back up right after this. Okay, so there you have it. I think 165 on the day. Bad day of trading. I'm thankful I walked away in the green. This is day 1 of a 75K challenge where I'm only going to trade during the silver bullet times, and that's it. I will make a video clarifying how I'm trading the silver bullet eventually. Here are my trades for the day. I didn't capture the P&L from Trade of 8 But here are those trades that you just got on watching from the 16th. And I will post the next batch of trades when they occur. Okay, thanks for joining me on this journey to being funded, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.